Good morning. I was waiting for that recording in progress to come on to say good morning. So for those of you who are wondering, I do have pants on. Strange things when I wear this particular color. Somebody walked in this morning and said, "Oh, for a minute, I didn't think you had any pants on." So if you're watching online, there are pants on these legs. Good morning, everyone, to Unity of London. I've got a fine crowd here in our building at 501 Nelson Street in beautiful downtown London, Ontario, Canada. Welcome to everybody on Zoom. Good morning. We miss you. We wish you were here. And hello to anyone watching us later on YouTube. Do you have a device in your pocket, in your purse, beside you, in the pocket in front of you? We would greatly appreciate if you would turn down your notifications and your ringtone so that we're not interrupted at a very important moment. There are many very important moments coming up. So the first thing we like to do after we welcome everyone is affirm our mission. And Unity of London shares the same mission as nearly all of the unities worldwide. So let's affirm this together that we are co-create. Sorry, all of a sudden I was like, is this the right one? Yep. Okay. Co-creating with spirit to transform lives through shared spiritual awakening. Because it goes with, okay, the vision. And the vision is we see a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. And we're doing that with our mission. Missed a slide, it's okay. We've been there before, haven't we? And how do we do that mission? Well, we believe one of the things is by being a loving and inclusive, supportive community. That, as the song said, we are one. We all share the same world. We share the sun, we share the ocean, we share the air. Do you ever think about the fact that we breathe the same air that Jesus once breathed? It's pretty cool. So put out good air. And don't let your ego or your error beliefs or your fears cause you to think about separation. By promoting self-expression, each and every one of us is a divine creation, an expression of God. So just be the best you can be. Don't try to be like anybody else. You might see things that you'd like to change, some of your beliefs or your activities, smile more often, things like that. But just be you, because you're great just the way you are. You were made perfectly. And our 5 principles. And I hustled out of the room to get my little cheat sheet, my little card. But Unity was founded over 130 years ago on these basic principles. And the very first principle is that there is only one presence, one power active in the universe and within and through us. And it is God the good. Principle number 2 is our essence is of God. Therefore, we are inherently good. And this God essence called the Christ was fully expressed in Jesus. Number 3, we are co-creators with God, creating reality through thoughts held in mind. And that's why we suggest that people think of positive things, set your great intentions and stay focused on those so that you can co-create with spirit. Principle number 4 is through prayer and meditation, we align our heart mind with God. So we use prayer meditation, and we had a lovely meditation happening this morning here in the building. I'll talk a little about that at the announcements. But we also use denials and affirmations as tools. And then number 5 is living those principles through our thoughts, words, deeds, and actions. We live the truth that we know. Another way is by inspiring people to make a positive difference in the world. As Michael Jackson used to sing, you want to make a change, take a look at your face and change the world. Be the change you want to see. And then by providing fellowship and education for spiritual seekers of all walks of life, we can truly coexist in peace. Such a wonderful thought. And one day, we believe we will get there. And our special announcements. The condo lottery. So last week, people started picking up tickets. Did you pick up tickets last week? Did you sell them? You can turn in your money and the ticket stubs. If you didn't get any, you could pick some up today. So they're in books of 10. There's only 400 tickets available, and it is for a week in beautiful Grand Bend at a condo on the river. So you get to watch the water, a couple of kayaks if you want to go on the water. And as I've mentioned before, if I assume I'm going to win this year, and anybody can come and do my laundry for me. Tickets are $25 each, or a real bargain at 3 for $50. And we also have a great little thing that you could just copy that and text it to your friends or email it to them about our fundraiser, and that tickets are available, and help us sell all 400 tickets. Meditation has returned, so I talked a little bit about it a moment ago. So if you remember, for many of us that were here pre-COVID, we used to do meditation at 10 o'clock here in the sanctuary. We are going to continue, or we're going to go back to doing meditation at 10 o'clock, but we will use the children's ministry or the room at the back by the prayer room to do that at 10 o'clock every Sunday. And so if you love to meditate, as it says, join us for your peace of mind. Wednesday nights, we have some great music happening. Jim Chapman's taking care of that. And coming up April 10th is Ladies of Song. Join us for our London Unity of London Fish Group. Fish stands for Fellowship, Imagination, Sharing, and Happiness. The next one is April 28th. So maybe let your family know you might be a little late coming back, because you're going to join the Fish Group and do some great arts and crafts. And this month, affirmation towels. So you could make somebody an affirmation towel for a gift. And there's always prayer after service for individuals that want one-on-one prayer. Online, we have on Zoom is Wilda, and here in the building will be Pauline in our prayer room behind the screen. And now we have some music.
Love is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision. No one else can make me forgive. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down the road. Love is my decision. No one else can right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down the road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now. My decision, right here and now.
Pretty awesome. Am I on now? There we go. We have some pretty awesome voices in this room. Thank you. It was lovely. Unity was founded over 130 years based on affirmative prayer. And at any time during the day, the afternoon, the night, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, there's someone waiting at 1-800-NOW-PRAY for one of us to call in and ask for individual prayer. And so I invite you to try that this week if you've never tried it. You might find you really like it and might want to do it more often. And also we have our prayer box at the front of the room here so that for anyone that you would like additional prayer for at any time, put their name on a slip of paper, put it in the prayer box, and it will be, that person will be prayed over for 30 days here and then moved down or mailed down to Silent Unity where they will receive additional prayer for another 30 days. And now we're going to have some prayer ourselves. So I invite you to become comfortable in your seat. And if you're comfortable doing so, close your eyes and just breathe for a moment. Breathing in all that is good. And as you exhale, releasing what no longer serves you. And as you release, you also let go of all the busyness of the morning, any worries you've been carrying. Don't worry about after the service. There's lots of goodies for everyone. And feel your heart beating. And know that Spirit keeps that heart beating. Spirit keeps helping us to breathe in and out. And in these few moments as we come together, we recognize the love that is in our hearts. In our prayers today, we hold all of our members, those that are present and those that are not able to be, all of our friends and families. We hold in prayer this month Unity of London and Unity of New Westminster, and all the spiritual gatherings that are happening over the weekend, for we know that there are many paths to the one and only God. And as we come together in prayer, we think of the song that we just heard, that love is our decision. We know that within our heart is our power of love. It's usually thought of as a color of pink. And it is, they say love is God. God is love. And we are an expression of that love. So when we decide to do everything from that essence of God, the essence of love that is us, we become love-loving. And so we take a few moments to imagine not only those of us that are in this room, but many people connecting with their heart space and making the decision that all their intentions are based from love. Most importantly, how we treat ourselves, so that therefore we can also treat others with more love, more compassion. And as we just take a few moments of silence, we imagine the bright pink light in this room from all of our hearts connecting, emanating from the room beyond London, beyond Ontario, and wrapping the whole world in a big hug filled with love. And as we do this, we see hearts opening. We see more light emanating from those that have just a bit of a crack of opening in their heart. And people are warmed and their hearts open more. And because of our decision, the whole world experiences more love. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen. And now our lovely Don Brigalow will come and read from today's daily word. Are you awake now?
I thought it was Nancy.
Oh, do you have a daily word?
I do. Just give me 1 sec.
Here, I can pull it up on my phone. Oh, there you go. I mean, what lady doesn't have a daily word in their purse?
Thanks. My store coupon fell on the floor. What lady doesn't have a store coupon in their purse? Excuse me. Today's daily word is entitled Divine Order. I see divine order expressing everywhere. Yes. I delight in the glorious colors, fragrances, and arrangements of plants in a garden. I celebrate the imagination and the meticulous planning and the diligent work that is transformed a patch of ground, some seeds, water, fertilizer, into a beautiful life-filled place. I recognize the role of divine order in the creation of this garden, expressing through everyone who worked to bring it into being. It began as an idea in divine mind. Someone received that idea. Cooperating minds developed a plan. Willing hands prepared the soil, planted the seeds, then watered and tended the growing plants. My spiritual vision precedes divine order, the eternal dance of mind, ideas, and manifestation expressing everywhere. God saw everything that he had made, and indeed it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the 6th day, Genesis 1:31. Our speaker today, Tony, is a lifelong student and teacher of spirituality, metaphysics, and abundance manifestation, an experienced mentor, speaker, and trainer, the author of Using the Law of Attraction. Tony has been an active member of Unity of London since 2012 and is a past president of our board of directors. Join with me in welcoming our dear Tony Orvidas.
Good morning, Unity of London, and thank you very much, Don. Today's message is titled Prayers of Decree. We'll be talking about the 11 types of prayers of decree, which we often call affirmative prayer, as outlined in the book called The Dynamic Laws of Prayer by Catherine Ponder. Now, I'd appreciate you keeping an open mind, please, because some of our ideas may seem just a little bit out there. But first, just out of curiosity, how many of you prayed today? Okay. How many of you ever used the prayer box up front here? What about, have you ever prayed with one of our prayer chaplains? And finally, how many of you have ever contacted Silent Unity telephone prayer ministry? Right, interesting. Well, as you likely know, because we were told earlier this morning by Sylvia that unity is founded on prayer. And the fourth basic principle of unity, is through prayer and meditation, we align our heart mind with God. Denials and affirmations are tools that we use. Now, what does prayer mean to you? Well, when I was a kid, it meant asking for certain things, requesting something to happen or to be able to get something, like a 3-speed bicycle with 8 hangers and a banana seat. Anybody remember one of those? All right. They don't make them like that anymore. I also recall praying to Saint Anthony, my namesake, to help me find the lost wallet, or praying to pass a test, or maybe to win a game. I remember praying that my parents wouldn't find out about my stealing a carton of cigarettes from the local Loblaw store, but they regretfully did, so that prayer certainly didn't work. And as I matured, I stopped prayerfully asking and instead began to express prayers of gratitude. And then that eventually became prayers of blessing and then prayers of affirmation. And that's our subject for today. But before I go on, a little bit about the person who provided the material for this morning's message, Catherine Ponder, the writer of our book on the dynamic laws of prayer. Born in 1927, she's an American minister and founder of Unity Church Worldwide, affiliated with our Unity Church. She's a lecturer and media personality and the author of over a dozen New Thought books, mainly focused on the theme of prosperity. According to her book that I'm referencing today, prayer works. Our prayers are empowered when we have a basic understanding of the universal laws at work, according to Catherine. The high purpose of prayer is to change our awareness of God so that we express God in all we say, think, do. She tells us a little bit about a young man with a major problem who was asked by his minister, "Have you prayed about it?" His answer, "Prayed? There's no time to pray. It's time to do something." But to pray is to do something. The most important something you should first do about any problem. But why? Well, because prayer is the only action you can take that really makes things different from the inside out. You see, the physical action releases only the weakest form of energy, while the mental and spiritual action releases the higher. Prayer changes our mentality. It first changes our thinking as it calms, uplifts, and renews us. And as we change our thinking, it in turn changes our world. We've talked about that before, haven't we? Thoughts are things, we create our own reality. But prayer even goes further. Prayer releases the highest form of energy in the universe as it links you with a God energy, which is our source. How? Well, according to Catherine, when you pray, you stir into action an atomic force. You release a potent spiritual vibration that can be released in no other way. Through prayer, you unleash a divine energy within and around you that works for you and through you, producing positive attitudes, reactions, and results. It's your prayers that recognize and release that universal power. Now, you may not yet have achieved or obtained many of life's blessings simply because you have not asked for them affirmatively. Affirmation, or the prayer of decree, releases power into the subconscious mind, where it is free to go to work and produce positive results. Prayers of decree reach the deepest levels of the mind and release the miracle power that is dormant there. You can begin to revolutionize your life through prayers of affirmation, which will help you dwell upon the good in life and then call it into expression. Your words can dissolve obstacles, remove barriers. Affirmation seems to be the form of prayer that sets in motion the whole power of God, says Catherine. Prayers of affirmation have been used by all civilizations and cultures from the beginning of time, because the great minds down through the ages have known that the word has creative power. Remember, in the New Testament, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The Hindu scriptures point out that if a man speaks with an evil thought, pain follows him. But if a man speaks with a pure affirmative thought, happiness follows him. The Egyptian creation story emphasizes the power of affirmative words for creating. In that story, it was the Egyptian god Atum-Ra who made the world, speaking it into existence. That which flows from his mouth happens, we are told, and that which he speaks comes into being. The Greeks said the word is filled with cosmic power. In India, the spoken word of affirmation is considered the greatest power in the world. The Chinese, well, they've long believed that words are so powerful that no piece of paper containing written words should ever be destroyed, even when it's no longer of value. Spoken words clear away old negative thought patterns of inharmony, unforgiveness, resentment, fear, jealousy, and condemnation that have kept your good away from you and that have kept you from being able to pray in a deeper way. Verbal prayer, well, it's enormously powerful for cleansing and improving the mind and emotions because your centers of speech are intricately connected with your mental life. That's why when you speak positive words, you improve your cognitive well-being. Catherine tells us that the early Christians, as well as the Christian mystics of the Middle Ages who were experts in prayer, insisted that vocal prayer should enter the daily life of even the most contemplative, silent souls. St. Teresa, St. John of the Cross, and other Christian saints and mystics insisted that for our own spiritual balance, we must constantly go back to affirmative prayer. Now, according to Catherine, there are 11 types of decrees or affirmative prayer. I'll go through each one of them at a time, and then I will also provide you with an affirmation for each one of them and ask you to please proclaim it out loud with me as I read it. Okay, ready? Here goes. Number 1, the prayer of talking directly to God. Talk to God about the good things you want in your life. Start with what you have and then affirm the following. Read it out loud with me, please. Each day, I am becoming stronger, healthier, richer, and happier. Great, thank you. Talk to the source as if it is a rich and loving parent describing the improvements you would like to see in your life. Don't worry about those cursed hows. Many people have not employed the power of prayer because they have the erroneous idea that it is wrong to pray for things. Well, that's wrong. You are living in a rich, God-created universe that desires to fulfill all your needs. So don't hesitate to pray about them. But what if you're not sure if you should pray for a certain thing or not? Well, Catherine suggests that you ask yourself the following 3 questions. First, is it spiritually legal? Will getting it hurt anyone else? Will it be good for all concerned? Second, do you really want what you're asking for? Are you willing to accept the responsibility that it will bring? Third, are you willing, if necessary, to give up something that you now have to make way for the good you want, which would replace it? If you answer positively to all 3 questions, you're good to go. Number 2, the prayer of asking. The simple prayer of asking wipes out time and space between you and receiving. You can't ask for anything that's not already been given you on the invisible plane. Repeat with me, please. This, or something better still, the unlimited good inevitably appears. That's all that's needed to get results, either results that you had in mind or even better ones. If it were not for the source of the Divine Father allowing you to experience fulfillment of the deep desires of your heart, you wouldn't desire them in the first place. By the way, the word desire means from the Father, desire. Number 3, the prayer of asking for divine and direct guidance. If you're not sure what to ask for directly, merely pray for guidance. Say with me, I am being divinely guided by the source. Ask for the truth to be plain and clear so you do not mistake it. The people of the Bible called it asking for a sign. The decree for guidance or wisdom will always lead you to answered prayer if you follow the guidance when it actually comes. Make it a practice to ask God about anything that concerns you. The 17th century French mystic, Brother Lawrence, called this prayer method practicing the presence of God. Number 4, the decree of divine intelligence. Along with asking for guidance and wisdom from a universal parent, Catherine writes, it is also wise to call on the divine intelligence within. By recognizing it and giving it attention and decreeing it, you release the super wisdom within you. Divine intelligence now shows me the perfect solution to any problem. Infinite intelligence is just teeming with answers and solutions and merely awaits your attention. When things in your life seem to be going wrong, affirm that divine intelligence is showing you the way. When you feel you're up against a stone wall and there's no way through it or around it, affirm that divine intelligence is producing perfect results. Number 5, the decree of divine love. Walt Whitman beautifully stated, I no longer ask for good fortune. I am good fortune. By affirming divine love, you release the all-powerful love vibration, which then moves among people and events, producing harmonious results. Through decrees on divine love, you free yourself from all kinds of problems. They dissolve hate, resistance, opposition, anger, and other mental and physical frictions that cause pain in mind, body, and relationships. Divine love is doing its perfect work in this situation now for the good of all concerned. Number 6, the decree that God's will is being done. Many people think that to declare that God's will is being done in a situation is the highest form of prayer. It will always bring the perfect, happy, satisfying answer for everyone involved. It is not my will, but God's will that is being done. Now, when you affirm God's will, you unconsciously cast the burden of the problem onto the highest power in the universe. It then resolves it in the highest and best way possible. Number 7, decrees of the divine plan. There is a divine plan for your life, right? It is spirit defined. And as you affirm this divine plan, you begin to draw to yourself the ideas, the opportunities, events, and people that are meant to be part of your divine plan. I release everything and everybody that is no longer part of the divine plan of my life. Number 8, the decree of divine order, the word for today. The first law of the universe is order. And by affirming divine order, you release a heavenly form of order to manifest in your mind, in your body, and in your affairs. Prayers are inevitably answered when things get into divine order. Divine order is now established and maintained in my mind, body, and soul by the power of the indwelling Christ Spirit. Number 9, the decree of blessing. When you bless the troublesome person, financial situation, or body ailment, you are praising the good in it. You are invoking divine favor, which is then released to produce happy results for you. Bless a thing, and it will bless you. Curse a thing, and it will curse you. To bless means to make holy or whole by spoken words. How often have you condemned, criticized, or cursed a situation and only brought forth more problems and unhappy experiences from it? Whereas if you had dared to take the opposite view and had blessed that situation, something good would have come from it. I bless everyone and everything in my life, and I find good in everything that happens to me. Number 10, the prayer of faith. Jesus of Nazareth promoted and promised the following: all things whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believing, ye shall receive. According to your faith, be it done unto you. When you affirm for another what you desire for yourself, both of you are blessed. Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, said, just as the electric current precipitates certain metals in an acid solution, so faith stirs into action the electrons of man's brain, and, acting concurrently with spiritual ethers, these electrons hasten nature and produce quickly what would require months of seed time and harvest. All things are now working together for good in my life. And finally, number 11, the prayer of divine restoration. Most of someone's experiences of poor health, financial difficulty, and human relations problems are related to a belief in loss. However, a belief in present and future fulfillment, in divine restoration, blots out previous negative beliefs of this loss. The word restore means to make beautiful again. There's always a balancing, restoring power for good at work in every person and in every experience of apparent loss. There is divine restoration in my mind, body, financial affairs, and all my relationships. Good job. Thank you so far. Now, please note that along with speaking out your prayers of decree into the universe every day, preferably out loud, and yes, to do it in public with a bunch of people around can be a bit embarrassing. It's very important that another dynamic method of getting your prayers answered is used. It's to write out your decrees. By writing them out and reading them over at intervals, both aloud and silently, you help fasten your mind on what you want. Sound good? And an additional prayer method that's recommended by Catherine is that after you write out the information, you wear it on some part of your body or carry it with you until it manifests in what you're seeking. Neat, huh? So, in closing, let's do a quick review. The 11 types of prayer of decree, or what we call affirmative prayer. They are the prayer of talking directly to God, of asking, and of asking for direct guidance. The decree of divine intelligence, of divine love, and that God's will is being done. Decrees of the divine plan. The decree of divine order and of blessing. The prayer of faith and of divine restoration. Make sure you try them all. And now, my friends, let's go into meditation. The guided portion is based on an article from the magazine Spirituality and Health, which I've referenced before, and which I understand has recently been purchased by Unity World Headquarters. Sit comfortably, settle in. Keep your eyes open for the moment. Take 3 deep, slow breaths. Bring your awareness into the present moment. Look around and notice exactly where you are. Now, close your eyes. Place one hand on your heart and one on your belly. Notice sensation in your body. Notice the chair supporting you. Notice your feet on the ground. Imagine you are being loved by the breath as it gently flows in and out of your body. With every exhale, let go of attention and worry. Let the breath breathe you. As you breathe in, be present with breathing in. As you breathe out, be present with breathing out. Acknowledge any distracting thoughts and emotions as they arise. Let them go and return to connecting with your breath. As you silently repeat to yourself for the next few moments, I am a divine and limitless child of the universe. I am a divine and limitless child of the universe. Gradually come back to your world of earthly delights, secure in the knowledge that all is as it should be. as you co-created it through your prayers of decree, your denials, and your affirmations. And so it is. Amen.
Once again, thank you so much, Tony, for a researched and good explanation of affirmative prayer. And then now I feel like all prayed up for the week. An excellent talk. And I think one that many of us will watch again on our YouTube channel. So remember that those are recorded and we can connect with the talk over and over again. So if you're looking for what will I pray about tomorrow morning, look at the YouTube channel and have Tony lead you through some great affirmative prayer. And now we'll have another song. I think, no, maybe not. Yep, there we go.
Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one tie that binds us, that can't be undone. I choose love. Peace in my family is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one loving family, sharing one son. I choose love. Yes, I do. Peace for our planet is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one choice unites us. Let this be the one. I choose love. I choose love. I choose love.
Sorry about the noises every once in a while. Very delicate microphones. And so now we come to the time where we show our gratitude for all that we've received through the week and all that is coming our way. Many of it is people giving their time and their talents so we can have a service, do bookkeeping, pay bills, get the place cleaned, do all these things. But the other form of energy that's required to keep us rocking and rolling is in the form of money. And we are so grateful for all the gifts, tithes, offerings that are given either by check, by credit card, using the Tithely site, or by e-transfer to Unity of London at hotmail.com. And so together now, let's affirm and bless our offering. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Thanks, ladies. And now our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds me. I am the light. The love of God enfolds me. I am the love. The power of God protects me. I am the power. The presence of God watches over me. I am the presence. And wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Yay, God. And we'll gather around for our peace song. So as you go about your week, choose love and affirm that you are love with your prayers. And we'll say hi to those that are online. And if anyone in the room would like to say something to Tony.